This week, we are learning about text design in preparation for creating the first milestone project, an infographic. Text design is covered in chapters 4 and 5, Introduction to Linear Components, and Text Fields. Linear components are the basic elements of text design and consist of letters, words, numbers, and punctuation. We see in Chapter 4 how small changes in spacing, typeface, point size, and style can alter the document at a local level and have impact across the larger document as a whole. In Chapter 5, we examine text fields, which are distinguishable areas of visual interest or attention, such as a text box, a page, or a screen. Design choices made at the text field level impact headings, hierarchy, columns, the placement of graphic elements, and visual cues that help separate or emphasize the text, such as lines, bullets, boxes, and shading. When you're building a page of content for print or online, you'll be making decisions about text fields and linear components, and you'll use these building blocks when designing your infographic. This is a video tutorial that I want to bring to your attention because it illustrates the information in chapters 4 and 5, and it will take you step by step through a design process for a print and online newspaper. So this story design will take you there now, but you can watch it on your own time when you have some available time. The beginning of the video shows the beginning of newspaper publishing. This looks pretty chaotic. Now we have what's called modular, which is based on rectangles that get pieced together like a puzzle. Here's the grids. And then they show you how a page will come together, putting each of these in place, and then rearranging them for best impact. This is a page that shows a lot of chaos because your eyes don't know where to look. There's no focus point. And when everything shouts for our attention, nothing gets it. Similar here with this website, it's hard to know where to look. It's hard to figure out where it is they want your eyes to go and what they want you to pay attention to. This next section of the video takes you through a fictional scenario where Johnny Depp is coming to this hometown called Mudflap. So there are a number of different ways of designing the story, and they take you through a number of them with explanations. So I'll let you look at that on your own time. But there are 33 different ways that they illustrate, 3 of which are shown here. Now to talk about infographics. Here's an example of an infographic I worked on with the creative director. It's a one-page in a university magazine, and it illustrates some selected data about sustainability initiatives at the university. Here's what the page looks like in context. You can see over here on the facing page a lot of dense copy, and you can see that it's a nice break for the eyes to land on a page like this with easily digestible information that doesn't require a lot of work to understand. There are essentially 8 groupings of data across 3 columns, separated by solid and dotted lines. The top left area is somewhat text-heavy because it's essentially a lead-in to the rest of the page content, and it's a bit of a compromise because this was originally conceived as a 1,200-word feature article, which took up 3 pages of the magazine. So the 6 visual strategies are part of infographics as you design. When you're preparing your infographic, you'll address each of these visual strategies. You'll arrange and group images and copy together so there is an obvious connection based on proximity. You'll present data and images in a simple and clear way for understanding. You'll choose images, typography, and a design that matches the tone you want to portray. You'll be specifically emphasizing certain information just by including it in the infographic, and some information on the page may have more dominance than others. You may find that copy needs to be shortened for conciseness and space, and you'll find that the entire infographic together creates ethos through all the design choices that you make. So how did we make the decision between an infographic and a 1,200-word feature article? We looked at the rhetorical situation. The audience was the alumni of the university, current students, and community members. The purpose was slightly different for the article and for the infographic. The article was a narrative over time, showing the university's increased focus on sustainability initiatives over the years. The infographic was a snapshot in time, showing the current day outcomes of these initiatives. We ultimately decided it served the readers better to see at a glance the outcomes of the sustainability efforts rather than reading the larger context of achievements spanning an entire decade. The context of use was the same for both. Readers finding the content while reading the magazine in print or online. This is another tutorial I want to show you. This is going to help you think through some of your design decisions. Again, I'll begin to show you this and then let you return to it on your own time.
An infographic is a visual representation of factual information. Facts, of course, are key, but the two most important words here are visual representation. In other words, the best infographics show things rather than simply telling things that could be explained in text. A good infographic is basically the result of a simple formula. Useful information, combined with good design, makes for an awesome graphic. Notice that I also could have arranged our simple formula this way. The first one was easier to copy while typing, but this way is more visual and probably easier for you to remember. In other words, it's better designed because it uses a visual arrangement to organize the information in a helpful way.
As you begin to plan your infographic, there's a few tools that may be of use to you. This infographic planner will help you organize your thoughts and your options. What infographic creator will you use? What is the most important piece of information? What colors do you plan on using? Is your infographic showing a relationship, a comparison, or a reporting of a result? And here's some sketching space that you can use. Visiting this site will take you to 20 different tools that are available. This is also the site where the infographics lecture is located. The additional resources are here. Some of the more familiar ones, Word and Excel and Illustrator, and then some newer ones as well. So a lot to explore. If you decide to use PictoChart, this link here will take you to a page with easy to follow instructions step by step, how to create your infographic using PictoChart. So that's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the boards.